Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for February 2nd, 2014. It's currently 8:47 a.m. And are you ready for some football? The NFL really lucked out. This storm that's approaching tomorrow is 24 hours faster, and the cold front moved through yesterday. We would be talking about a 4-inch snowfall for the Meadowlands. Luckily, we're not talking about that. We're going to be talking about temperatures warming up very nicely into the mid to upper 40s, even a few lower 50s, before everything comes crashing down. For today, we have fog in place throughout much of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. That is a result of that warm air advancing over what's left of our snowpack. So as a result, we have some locally dense fog here and there with temperatures in the lower to mid 30s over the interior and mid to upper 30s along the coast. These temperatures will continue to rise ahead of a cold front that is currently in the Ohio River Valley. So temperatures today again will be rising into the mid to upper 40s, a few lower 50s right along the coast. Very comfortable weather conditions, but watch out for some scattered showers by this afternoon as the cold front approaches. On the infrared satellite picture, you can see that cold front. This is going to be key. The further south that this cold front gets, the more likely you'll see snow. And that's the whole key to this entire forecast. For tomorrow, this cold front drops south, cold air advances. Kind of give you an idea behind this cold front. Temperatures are falling off rapidly from the upper 30s and low 40s into the upper 20s in Ohio. So you can see that this cold front does pack a bit of a punch. So once that cold front moves through, our temperatures fall. Tonight, look for scattered showers, increasing in coverage. Temperatures are going to be falling through the evening. So during the game time, you look at temperatures basically around 43 degrees. By the time we get to the end of the game, we're talking about maybe 38, 37 degrees with scattered showers around. By the time we get to midnight, 35. And by tomorrow morning, we're falling into the lower 30s and pretty much locked there the rest of the day with periods of snow through the afternoon hours. Your high temperature tomorrow will occur at around 1 a.m. and then temperatures fall throughout the day thereafter. On the latest radar, this is from Telecast, and you can see the large system here. Now this cold front is going to move through. This is going to start to break up a little bit as the majority of the moisture transport will start to get focused with this storm over the Mississippi River Valley and Southern Plains. Couldn't say Mississippi for a second there. Very funny. Okay, so this cold front's going to move through this afternoon. It's going to produce scattered showers. NFL purists are going to freak out because it actually rained during the Super Bowl. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be a washout, not going to disrupt the game. You probably won't even notice it while you're cheering for either the Broncos or the Seahawks or watching whatever commercial is going to be on there. It's not going to be a major impact, but you will see some scattered showers during the game. Then, once that cold front settles south, this disturbance right here is going to lift north and east and produce a band of moderate to heavy snow from central New Jersey to southeastern Pennsylvania. South of that heavy band, you're going to get a rain-snow mix in southern New Jersey. To the north of that band, light snow, as the majority of the lifting will be focused from central New Jersey to Philadelphia to southeastern Pennsylvania. And then here comes our next storm starting to enter the picture that will impact the region on Wednesday. Now take a look at this water vapor satellite picture. This is pretty impressive. You have our cold front here. You have one disturbance, that's for tomorrow. Here's our next disturbance for Wednesday. And way out here in the Pacific is our next disturbance for next weekend. And next weekend's storm could be very impressive and very snowy, depending on how the whole pattern interacts moving forward. And by the way, here comes more Arctic air diving south. So we have a very active and complicated pattern here, and the model guidance is not handling this pattern very well. This is why, as a meteorologist, you kind of have to think outside the box and use your tools that you learned back in college, namely analyzing the satellite picture and looking at what's been happening and how the pattern overall is reacting. So, taking that into account, we're going to use the GFS model guidance today. This is the closest estimate to my thinking. The European model guidance is doing a very good job as well, but by next weekend it has two storms instead of one. Not sure if that's actually going to pan out. It's a possibility. I'm going to show you why in a moment. So again, for this afternoon, temperatures are going to rise into the mid to upper 40s, a few lower 50s right along the coast. Generally a tranquil weather pattern for at least through the early afternoon. This evening we have a few scattered showers, but notice how that precipitation really starts to collapse as the focus for our low pressure system and moisture transport shifts back towards the Mississippi River Valley with our very strong subtropical disturbance. So our cold front drops south, our temperatures fall, and as our temperatures fall and cold air invades, we have that wave of low pressure and southern stream energy lifting north and east, producing a period of moderate to heavy snow over the region. Now, here's the general forecast here that I'm expecting. The whole basis of this forecast is pretty simple. Where is the best lifting and dynamics, and where will the air be coldest? Now, the best lifting and dynamics will basically be from central New Jersey through southeastern Pennsylvania on south. The problem is the coldest air will be focused more further to the north. So the best combination of cold air and lifting is basically in this purple area right here. In that area, I'm expecting 4 to 8 inches of snow. Someone's going to get hit with a very heavy band of moderate to heavy snowfall. Very heavy snowfall, the type of snowfall that's called convective or thunder snow. Can't say exactly where. It's going to be this lollipop potential of about 10 to 12 inches in this area. But there's several mesoscale models that are strongly hinting at the potential here for thunder snow moving forward between York and Brick, New Jersey. So York, Pennsylvania, Brick, New Jersey. If you're in that area, anywhere in between, watch out for the potential for some thunder snow that could enhance these snowfall totals. Now further to the south in the pink area, that's around Cape May, Atlantic City, looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow. You're going to see a mix of rain and snow back and forth before it finally changes over to snow. Extreme southern Cape May be lucky to hit 2 inches. It's going to be a struggle down there. Further north, though, I think you're going to have a best potential to see that 4-inch snowfall total on cold surfaces. That's one of the problems with this forecast is that temperatures, unlike other storms, are going to be marginal. So do not be surprised to see snowfall initially melt on the roadways before finally accumulating as cold air filters in and you start to see heavier and heavier precipitation. Further north towards New York City, Long Island, Allentown, Pottsville, Pennsylvania, looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow. Again, it's going to be cold enough for snow, but the majority of the precipitation will be further to your south. And again, we're going to be dealing with some of those melting issues as well. So looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow in this area. Further north to the north of New York City, basically southern Connecticut, northwestern New Jersey, and north central Pennsylvania, looking at around 1 to 2 inches of snow. And then well to the north over much of Connecticut, the Hudson River Valley, and northeastern Pennsylvania. This storm is not for you because it's a southern slider. As such, looking only at a trace to an inch of snow, it's going to be on and off snow showers, not a big deal for you. The most significant impact on travel will basically be focused on the Philadelphia metropolitan area, looking at start time from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, ending between 4 and 7 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. The worst conditions from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday. So your morning rush hour is going to be rather ugly. The evening rush hour, not as bad, but still a bit of a pain in the neck. So it's going to be a rough couple of hours tomorrow morning with this snowfall. So the GFS basically illustrates what all the other models are showing for the most part. That cold air works in, you get that moderate to heavy snowfall. Some of the mesoscale models are showing a band of heavy snowfall or two as well. So that storm gets out of the way. Now that storm alters what's called a low-level environment, okay, the low-level boundary layer, which is really important because that sets up our next storm. So we have a colder environment. On Tuesday, we have temperatures struggling in the mid to upper 30s for highs, low temperatures in the upper teens to lower 20s. So it's going to be pretty chilly out there. Granted, it's not going to be anywhere near as cold as what we saw previously. By the time we get to Wednesday, we have an area low pressure lifting up towards the Tennessee River Valley that will redevelop towards the mid-Atlantic coast. Now, this is a very tricky forecast. If you're in the northern interior, northeastern Pennsylvania, the Hudson River Valley, northwestern New Jersey, much of Connecticut aside from the coast. This is a snowstorm for you. This is your snowstorm that you've been waiting for. So it looks like it's going to be pretty significant snowfall in those parts. The area I'm concerned about is just west of New York City, the southern coast of Connecticut, central interior New Jersey, and around the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Because there's a lot of indications of that cold air trying to hold on. So instead of snow, you have sleet and freezing rain before it finally goes over to rain. The question that I'm going to be grappling with over the next couple of hours and days will be just how long does that cold air hold on? The longer it holds on, the worse is the ice potential. Right along the coast, it goes from snow to sleet to rain rather quickly. But just away from the coast, considering we have a fresh snowpack in place, there is potential for a prolonged period of sleet and freezing rain before we finally go over to rain and back over to snow at the very end of the storm. So Wednesday morning could be very icy over portions of northeastern New Jersey, central southern New Jersey, and the Philadelphia metro. New York City itself, I'm thinking it'll go over to rain rather quickly, but we're going to have to see exactly how this storm evolves. And also, where exactly does it jump to the coast, redevelop, and intensify? So that's going to be a key aspect as well. But right now, this does not look like a heavy snow event for the coastal plain and for the major cities, but could be an icy mess by the time we get to Wednesday morning. That storm exits. We have a break for Thursday and Friday. Our temperatures below normal, but not too bad. And we're looking at upper teens to lower 20s for lows, lower to mid 30s for highs. We could deal with that. Then, as we head towards this upcoming weekend, Saturday we remain dry on all the model guidance. Temperatures again remain chilly, upper teens to lower 20s for lows, lower to mid 30s for highs. But now we're going to have this southern stream energy interacting with the polar jet stream. Now, this is what's called a split pattern. This is a perfect example of one, where the southern jet stream has a nice deep trough over the west coast. And some people would say, hey, that's a negative P&A pattern. You can't have a major winter storm. Wrong. What we have here is a split pattern, where we have a ridge in the polar jet stream driving a trough into the east, and we have a disturbance diving under that ridge. So as a result, you get this little dynamic storm, which we could see out here. This one right here, okay, is doing the same thing as this disturbance right here. You have a ridge, and then you have this disturbance cutting underneath. Same scenario. So, with that being the case, we have a storm bubbling up. By the time we get to Sunday, this storm will start to lift north and produce a significant snow event. Now, let me shift to 384 hours. Let me show you this here. By the time we get to Sunday evening, we have a major winter storm brewing here over the coastal plain. And this snowstorm could produce several inches of very heavy snowfall. Now, caveat here, the model guidance this far out is in extreme volatility. You have the European model guidance has 2 winter storms in one between Saturday and Monday. I don't know about that. It seems a bit extreme. You have the GFS here, which has basically one big winter storm, Sunday into Monday morning. And then you have the Canadian model guidance that has no winter storm. This doesn't have any interaction whatsoever, produces a few scattered snow showers, and that's about it. The point I'm trying to make, there's going to be a lot of high volatility. Do not trust model guidance snow maps. Please do not post model guidance snow maps, okay? It's a waste of time. There's a lot to work out here with this storm. Just know, this time next weekend, I'll probably be sitting here talking about a major winter storm impacting the region. Who gets what, how much, and where the rain snow line will be, no idea yet. But the potential is clearly there for a major winter storm for it to impact the northern mid-Atlantic next weekend into early Monday morning. So that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, the main focus will be on tomorrow, again with this snow map. This is the final snow map, by the way. This is what I think it's going to be. Locked it down. Now we cast throughout tonight into tomorrow morning and see how this storm evolves. But again, if you're in central New Jersey, if you're in the Philadelphia metro, and you're in southeastern Pennsylvania, Prepare for a significant snowfall threat of 4 to 8 inches, locally up to 10. Further to the south, more of a mix, 2 to 4. Further to the north, the snow won't be as heavy, 2 to 4 inches there, and then even less as you move into the interior. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpa weather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.